Hey, good morning. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, the 23rd of June, and I am doing my check in this morning. I don't think I did anything. I don't think I did one yesterday. But that's okay because I'm doing it today. Let me start out with my MEPS check in. Mentally, I'm clear, nothing bothering me. Emotionally, I'm happy. Physically, I am strong. Spiritually, I feel blessed. I have thus far been living my day with intention. It's only about 9:30 in the morning, and sorry, I just got up this morning, said my prayers, read my Bible. I did, I'm gonna call it a core strength challenge where I did handstands and headstands and planks before going into yoga. I did like a 50-minute yoga practice, which I feel really good about because it was kind of kicking my butt, but I made it through. I didn't give up. I stuck with it. I fell out of some of the poses a couple times, but that's okay. Progress, not perfection, is what we're going for. And I definitely make progress. I love yoga, stretches and strengthens. Yesterday, I did, my morning. Well, I definitely lived with intention yesterday as well. Same morning routine. Worked all day, and then after work I went on a 2-hour 20-mile bike ride, like a sunset ride that was really nice. So the combination of those things for me is just very, very soothing for me. Allows me just to be able to kind of let go of the day and to let go of anything that might be an irritant, just to be able to stay level-headed and content, at peace, to allow myself to maintain the joy in my life and not let anybody and anyone else's negativity take away from that. Yesterday was an interesting day, or an interesting evening. Do you ever, sorry, for some reason the top of the roof of my mouth is itching. Strange feeling. Anyway, everything, I do believe that everything happens for a reason. And, last week when I was on vacation, I was on a road trip. There are some things that I learned, and I was glad that I was reading this book, or had been reading this book about forgiveness. And it talks about, the process of forgiveness, and, that you really need to understand the impact that things have on you, and that just the act of forgiving and the process of truly forgiving and letting go are kind of two separate things that you have to deal with. And so I learned some things about myself on my road trip. And I learned that, negativity begets negativity. And I guess I already knew that, so that wasn't a new learning, but it was definitely something that was that I thought about more last week, because things that were happening kind of reinforced that. What I've learned about forgiveness was reinforced, and how something can happen and it's a bad situation, and you could feel badly about it. And if you haven't really been able to deal with the impact that it had on you, that you may not really be able to truly forgive, even though maybe you thought you did. And when something comes up that reminds you of that painful, hurtful situation, then you just find yourself right back there. And, then you're actually judging current day situations based on, past hurts. And that's just a bad thing all the way around. And then if you get caught up in, talking to other people about it and letting them speculate about stuff, it's just this kind of like circle of negativity that starts. And I kind of got myself caught up in that a little bit last week. And I had to check myself and say, no, I'm not going to do that. And I had to talk to, the person that I was on the road trip with to say, hey, we were talking about these things and you shared these things and this is how this made me feel and it put me in a funk and, I have a part in it, you have a part in it, and we're just going to have to agree that we're not going to do that kind of stuff anymore. And, I don't need to know. For instance, if somebody does something or says something that could potentially be hurtful towards me and I know nothing about it, I don't need to know about it. Ignorance is bliss. I don't have to be burdened with other people's problems. Like, you don't have to like me. Nobody has to like me. I don't have to like you. But we should respect each other and we should respect each other's the space that we live in, and we should respect each other's lives and ability to live it and to be happy and to be content and to be at peace. And so I don't really want anybody bringing nonsense to me. It's like, oh, so-and-so said such and such about you and da-da-da-da-da. And here's what I think about that. It's like, gossip is for the birds. I'm not interested in it. Don't want to get caught up in it because there's nothing good that can come from it. So I had to be reminded of that last week and recognize that that was happening and that I was kind of getting caught up into it and I needed to make a shift. And it was going to be better for me and it was going to be better for everybody that would come in contact with me anyway. So that was last week's lesson. But yesterday, right as I was getting ready to go on my ride, I had actually started my ride and my phone rang. And so I answered it. Excuse me. So I answered it. And the person on the phone was like, oh, I have a question for you. And it was very clear that this person that I was talking to was very upset. And was like, oh, I heard that somebody said that you said something about me, and it really kind of hurt my feelings, and I didn't think that you would say something like that. So I think that this person told this other person a lie, and was just kind of like all caught up in it. And I was like, well, what is it? And no, I don't, I just had to say, listen, I'm living my life. I'm concerned with my life. I'm focused on things that are within my control. I'm focused on my own happiness, my own peace of mind, my own joy. I'm not focused on everybody else. And I don't have opinions about other people's lives and how they live it. So no, I do not believe that I said anything like that. Nor can I even imagine why or when I would have been in a position to have that conversation either. So no. And I'm like, but, let me give you a little piece of advice. Don't get caught up in other people's stuff. I'm just like, it's just very messy. Why don't you contact that person, that supposedly said this thing? Well, I'm just going right to the source, and somebody said that person said that you said, and the reality is that she wasn't mad at me. She was mad at this person who supposedly told somebody else that I said something. And it's like, you need to go talk to that person directly. Or better yet, if you didn't believe it, why are you getting yourself all worked up about it? And if somebody said it to you, maybe you should question why they brought that to you. And maybe you should tell people, don't bring mess and nonsense to me. I don't need to know that, So you need to hold the people accountable in your life who are messy and who want to bring messiness to you and who are going to go out of their way to tell you things that aren't going to do anything other than bring you down. You got to nip that kind of stuff in the butt and just not even participate in it and not give people openings to do that kind of thing. Because it's just it's just kind of like a vicious little circle, and you'll be mad at people. But in that situation, I realized that there was a whole lot of opportunity for forgiveness there. Clearly this person who was upset was getting so upset and really getting mad at this other person, not necessarily for what they supposedly said right then, but for other things. It's like, I'm not going to go into what it is that they said, but it was basically a situation like, well, this person has done this kind of thing before, so they must be doing this kind of thing again, right? And it was a demonstration of an inability to forgive, right? And I thought about that from my perspective. It's like, man, when I look back over my life, I am a human being and I have done all types of wrong over the course of my life. I'm 53 years old, so what's 53 times 365? That's how many opportunities that I had to do something that maybe I shouldn't have done, that maybe was hurtful to somebody else, that was just wrong. That's how many opportunities that I have had. And, none of us are perfect, and we learn through our experiences, and we all make mistakes, and we all do things. We've all been mean. We've all told lies. We've all, we've probably all stolen something. We've probably all hurt somebody's feelings. We've all probably said something about somebody that we shouldn't have said. We probably all have been nosy and jealous and vindictive and whatever else. There's just a whole slew of things that I can think of. And, and with all that being said, man, I'm thankful. I am thankful that I am not all of my past wrongs. I have lied. But am I a liar? Is that who people know me as and identify me as, a liar? I have cheated, but am I going to be identified as a cheater? I hope not. I think that the Bible tells us that we should love and look for the good in people and turn the other cheek and, accept other people's flaws, right? And when we hold on to these judgments that we make of people, and we hold on to these hurts, that result from somebody else doing us wrong, or our perceptions of somebody else's motivation or intention. The person that we hurt ourselves in doing that. We rob ourselves of joy by not allowing forgiveness, not allowing acceptance, not having compassion, not appreciating the humanity in other people, right? We as human are flawed, right? And it just takes so much away from our inner peace when we hold on to those negative emotions, bad feelings, and we're placing such judgment on people that we have these visceral reactions when there's even a hint of a repeat, right? And I don't think it's fair to us. I don't think it's fair to them. So it's definitely an opportunity for forgiveness. It's an opportunity for healing. It's an opportunity to give ourselves a greater opportunity for inner peace, peace of mind, joy. So my lesson learned is like, I'm not going to judge anybody more severely than I judge myself. And I am going to try to conduct myself in a way that serves as a role model for how I want to be treated. I want to be forgiven, so I'm going to be forgiving. I want to be loved, so I'm going to be loving. I want to be accepted, so I am going to be accepting, right? I want to have peace, so I'm not gonna worry about stuff, right? That is not within my control, and I'm gonna try my best not to be tempted to getting caught up in these circles of negativity. So that's my share for today. I'm gonna go now. Have a great day.